I don't think Doomsday is going to make $1 billion.
Not if the movies before it haven't done better than they have. Yeah, no.
Hey, welcome to No Comic Required, everybody. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
Today we're going to talk about the thing that everybody on the internet is talking about. At least they
Alicia
were a few days ago.
Silverstone.
Alicia Silverstone. I saw her on TikTok the other day. She's still,
Doing stuff.
making videos, doing stuff. It was a really cute scene with her and like her kid. But I was like, she still got it. But we're not here to talk about Alicia Silverstone. No, they dropped the reveal for the upcoming Spider-Man movie costume, and so we're going to talk about that a little bit. But before we do, I like to ask a question from the Patreon. We'll see how that goes. But if you want to ask us a question, go to patreon.com/ComicPop and support us more directly. But here we go from Ant Testing Ground. He said, I really loved the first episode when Ben brought up Risk of Rain 2 and you guys talking about video games. So what are you playing right now? And any games you hyped for in the coming year?
Ethan?
Oh, well, it's a lot easier for me. I play very few video games these days. I am playing right now mostly Helldivers with these guys and Tiffany and Danielle. And when I'm not playing that, I'm playing through Horizon Forbidden West, which I got ages ago, but I'm just now, I think, about 40 hours in. And Mass Effect, when I'm not doing either of those two things, I'm replaying Mass Effect, all three games.
Oh, you're going through the whole series?
Yeah, I'm doing it Renegade this time. So I did Paragon the first time, and I always wanted to go back through and just do all Renegade options and just be just the biggest dick I could possibly be and see how that goes. Because I've heard that like Shepard as an asshole is like awesome.
Really fun.
I really want to experience that.
Hey, it's fun to play the villain.
So far, it is fun. Yeah, I'm only probably a third of the way through the first one, but yeah. Enjoying that. As far as like games I'm looking forward to, not really any, just because I'm not plugged in at all to like what's coming right now, just because I just don't play enough to even think about what I'm playing next. Like when I finish Horizon Forbidden West, then I'll start looking for the next thing.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm also playing Helldivers 2 a lot. I also like to play Supermarket Simulator. That's a big one.
I remember you mentioning that.
Yep, I run a tight ship over there. I'm sad to say, like, they introduced the self-checkout, and I fired all of my checkout guys and replaced them with self-checkout.
Oh no, you did the thing.
I did the thing.
Oh
but
no!
I did hire them back as stock boys and cleanup crew.
Now, did you technically hire the same people?
I mean, none of them are real, but I hired the same amount.
I gotta know their names.
I have the same number of employees. So I like to, in my head canon, I'll make them. No. Listen, you're getting off the register. You're gonna go load boxes or shelves or stock shelves or clean up.
Right, but you did fire them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And hire new people for those other roles. Yeah.
No, but he fired them so that they could still get a severance package.
Exactly. Yeah. No.
If they quit, they get nothing.
Yeah, I'm sure your supermarket has really awesome severance. Your private individual supermarket.
Yeah, it's like a bodega almost.
How big are you at this point? Because last time I saw it was like one register and like
we're like cases. we have like 6 self-checkout registers.
Oh wow.
And I've bumped out the area. It's pretty big, but it's not a supermarket, but it isn't a bodega anymore. It's still it's like a moderate sized supermarket. Balls.
All right, it's a mart.
It's the name of my mart.
Balls. Nice. That's good.
Because you can change the name. So I was just like, well,
that's hilarious.
I think so.
That's
what
really,
I did.
Really clever what you did there with that name.
When he gets to the supermarket level, he's going to be ball sack.
Yeah. Then I'll have more room. For more letters.
Right.
Have you found with self-checkout, is it causing a problem with people stealing things, or are they pretty honest?
They have
this increased shrinkage?
No. There's a stealing feature. Yeah, it's just balls. Thank you.
Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself.
But no, there is theft. I have to hire a security team to like prevent it. But it's not it's not directly due to self-checkout. It's just.
Do you have a supervisor at the self-checkout for when like problems come up?
No, unfortunately,
that's not very unrealistic. Yeah,
I know,
because there should be like 1 in like 3 transactions. The person should get stuck for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like I
I
tried to scan something and I didn't put it down right away, so it thinks I didn't scan it.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Or
Or
I'm
you
only
you
I'm
scan
I'm
something
buying
that's super
stereos
light.
as a banana. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, no. I was actually at Target like 2 days ago, and every single register was empty, like
The
turned off.
regular ones. Yeah.
There
Yep.
were 12 registers. They were all turned off, and there
Mhm.
were 6 self-checkouts, and I'm like, "How about you just remove these then and
Yeah.
put more things to buy since you aren't using this space?"
Yeah.
I mean, we
Well,
have to use it
Ah!
when we get close to the holidays.
that's the thing. They
Right.
scale up at the holidays. Yeah.
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 Well, the other 364 days a year, it's
Yep.
just
They're just taking up
stupid.
space. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, talk about maybe 330 days. We're not open on Christmas.
No, that's right. That's right.
Mm.
It's more like the holiday season, so like from Thanksgiving to New Year's.
Yeah. For myself, I'm still playing Helldivers 2 with these guys. I have not played nearly as much. I'm still much lower in the ranks than they are. Um, I'm playing a sort of not really an extraction shooter, but a weird roguelite game called Dead Zone Rogue, where like it's a first person shooter. You go through these levels, and every level is randomized on terms of the layout, but then types of enemies and the number of enemies stay the same. So if you go back through, you can play it again, but there's a different like layout of the board itself,
Interesting.
and you get like random perks throughout, and it's fun.
That's cool.
Other than that, I've been playing a lot of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom,
Mm,
the second one,
Nice.
yeah.
because I had it for a long time and I got burned out on Breath of the Wild, and I probably gave myself a good like year and a half off, and I
Mhm.
was like, all right, I want to start playing this again and getting back into this in the franchise. I'm enjoying it. I really like the fact that I'm exploring a lot. The fact that there's a normal layer, the fact that there's an underground, the fact that there's an overworld.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks neat. I was completely thrown off by the like construction element, where it's like people are making full on like internal combustion engine cars, and I'm like, that's not why I wanted to play this game. And
Right.
it's like it's why the game exists. Like the game is like
Yeah.
Minecraft now, and I'm like, no, thank you.
I mean, it can be. It definitely can be. I almost never build anything.
I feel like if you're not building anything, the game is going to punish you because they want you to build. It's like I would love to play Batman Arkham, whatever the third one was, without the car, and they're like, you can't. Like Arkham Knight, where they're like,
Mm.
without the car, and they're like, you must. The vehicle portion is mandatory. Like,
So, like, I could try and break the game with vehicles or with
yeah,
constructs or whatever I want to build, but I don't. I like riding around my horse. Every once in a while, I'll make myself a hot air balloon to get really high up. I'll make myself a car with a light on it so I can explore the underground.
Hmm.
And that's it. That's all I
Mhm.
need. I don't
Right.
need
You're
to
not,
do
you're not
anything
building like
crazy.
tanks and shit.
Not
yeah,
building tanks. They have like schematics for like
yeah.
this
Hmm.
motorcycle or this spiky tank thing that the Yiga clan use. And I'm like, cool, thanks for that. I don't need it. I have
Hmm.
it,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to use this.
Right. You could build a mech suit and just punch Ganon within the first 2 seconds of playing the game.
No,
Yeah,
you gotta spend a lot of time to get the stuff you need to build that mech suit. You can't just
exactly.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't just start. Well, unless you just download the schematics from Reddit and just move on.
Yeah, but like, don't you have to? They're like hard to get materials and stuff, right? I think you have
I
to
don't
like
know.
defeat certain enemies to get the pieces. No, okay. I thought there's like
I mean,
because you
there's
could like when there's like weapons and stuff that like people have like cannons and shit on them. It's like, well, those
Oh
are
yeah,
like special components. Like you can't just they're not just pieces. They're like interactive like magic like
they are
elements.
interactive magic pieces, but you can find these Zonite dispensers and get them. And certain
Oh,
dispensers only have certain pieces contained within them.
hmm, okay,
So like you have to find a dispenser that has those things, but I've got
okay,
cannons. I just don't use them.
okay.
right. uh, well, there you go. That was a good question. Thank you very much. Today's topic is essentially we're talking about Spider-Man and his costume and all the stuff that's happening with Spider-Man Brand New Day, which is coming out in July of 2026. There's huge potential for this movie because this year was Super Fantastic. Superman and Fantastic Four both came out, and they were highly anticipated, massive stakes for both movies. Superman starts the new DC cinematic universe. Fantastic Four kind of reboots the MCU in as much as the hearts and minds of the audience members who are watching them, because they didn't see Thunderbolts and they were kind of feeling like the MCU was kind of fallen off during the multiverse saga.
I mean, after the 8-year saga leading up to Infinity War.
Yeah,
it's understandable. Like that was a long run. I think it was longer than that, wasn't it? 10 years?
10, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Everyone's looking for the next thing that's like that for Marvel. It's not gonna be anything. It's never gonna be like that again.
And that's the thing, is that it's never gonna be anything, because Fantastic Four has made $378 million as of the recording of this episode. It probably cost $400 million, so it's
it failed.
Yeah.
Like, that's a shame, because it was great.
I don't think that on paper it cost $400 million. It's not a huge meteoric success. According to, the internet, the actual budget for Fantastic Four is not necessarily readily available, but the rumor is it's around $200 million. So needed to make $400 million to break even. The conventional wisdom dictates that it has to be double the budget, which is $400 million, which it has not reached, which means... but
it will, because it's at 378 right now, so it'll reach it over the next 3 weeks.
Exactly, but the drop off is but
it's not going to be like a runaway success, right? It's going to be they'll maybe break even, and that's not good.
Yeah, you won't see a sequel, but you will see those characters appear in other movies, which is devastating, because the Fantastic Four needs to be the springboard for a new universe, or for the new era of Marvel. And it is.
I mean, it could have been, but I mean, honestly, isn't that more of a sentimental thing, where the Fantastic Four were the first ones? Okay, but how important are they now? Really not. So I feel like X-Men is the bigger thing, right?
Certainly, yeah, no question.
The franchise that's still epically popular from a comics and everything standpoint is the one that has to work. If they fumble X-Men, then they're effed. If you fumble Fantastic Four, it's they haven't really been the most important element of Marvel, just from popularity standpoint, for a really long time.
Well, they've failed multiple times on that front already.
Yes. It's interesting, because they've actually already declared who is going to be the director of X-Men, and it's the director of Thunderbolts, Jake Schreier.
Oh.
Which works for me, because I love Thunderbolts, and he did a great job directing it. So
I think everyone who saw it loved it. It wasn't that it wasn't a good movie.
Right. Yeah.
It just didn't have a lot of draw.
Yeah.
No. And
which is not the director's fault, right? That's got basically nothing to do with the director.
Nope. It has everything to do with marketing. And, marketing. I liked the idea of the switcheroo from Thunderbolts to New Avengers. I wish, and I think it has everything to do with just the fact that it was hype for Marvel is low in the box office right now. And so you needed more than just an asterisk to get people excited.
Yeah.
That was it. But I think, if you make an X-Men movie, people are going to show up. Similarly with Superman. Superman was $225 million. It has made 500 plus. So
there we go.
So it's probably
doing okay.
It's maybe slightly more okay than Fantastic Four, but still just above that breaking even level.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Which I think is just the norm. I think this is where we are, unless you're making a Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man will probably make $1 billion.
Yeah.
Because everyone has.
Yeah.
Not since, only MCU Spider-Man movies have made $1 billion.
Right.
Yeah,
we're not talking prior Spider-Man franchises.
No, certainly not Mark Webb's Spider-Man franchise. Brand new day. They're getting a brand new director with this one. It's Destin Daniel Cretton. You might know him only from either what was it? American Born Chinese was the movie he made just recently. When I say recently, I mean 2 years ago. And also Shang-Chi.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the director of Shang-Chi is making Spider-Man, which, as long as there's not a horrible third act with a giant dragon in it, I think we'll be okay. Because everybody likes Shang-Chi until that happened.
Yeah.
It's not the dragon's fault, it's the soul sucker's fault.
It's not the dragon's fault. It is the fact that we needed a dragon.
I don't dislike it after that point, although my hatred for dragons is well established. I don't think the third act is horrible. I just think it's unmemorable, and it's the worst act to be unmemorable, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
it doesn't matter if you nail the first and second act if you fumble the third. It's like,
That's right.
sorry, not.
And even
It
then, the
was
third
interesting.
act,
Oh, go
yeah.
ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's not the third act isn't bad. You know,
Right.
it's I'd say that the third act of Shang-Chi is exactly as good as the third act of Wonder Woman. Where it's like, yeah, this is relevant to the story. It's just kind of a shame.
I will say
Like, we could have done more.
I
Or less.
do yeah, I do really like the ending of Wonder Woman. Like the last
Yes.
like
Yes.
most of the third act sucks, but the very final like emotional like punch
Yes.
of the
All
third
the
act, I
emotional
think, is
punch of it.
great.
Yeah, the loss of Steve.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
there is great.
Yep. Yeah.
But Ares sucks, and the fight
Ares
is
sucks.
awful.
Yep.
Yeah.
That part all sucks. Yep. All the
Yeah.
action stuff is like, who the fuck cares?
Right, exactly. And it's
Yeah.
similar for Shang-Chi, where I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
didn't
with the
Aquafina like
dragon,
shoot
yeah.
arrows or something? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was the thing, is that you went from a movie that was fantastic but grounded
mm-hmm.
to a movie where it's just fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not
Yes.
that that's a bad thing, but like, you go to a village and it's a normal village.
Sure.
It's just steeped in, mythology. Okay,
Right.
cool. But there's nothing that actually changed the level of concern or ramped anything up.
Yeah.
Like, you have the soul sucker there, which is, oh no, it's the big problem. But then you have a dragon fighting it. So you really don't care.
Yeah.
Like, those things
Yeah.
will take care of itself.
Right. Right. But again, these are all actually like kind of story problems. So again,
Yes.
like it might
Again,
not
not
be
really
Cretton's
the
fault.
director's fault. Yeah, he's got to put what's in the third act in the movie. He doesn't really have a choice. So if
Right,
it's structured
exactly.
poorly, like it's not really on him. That's a writing issue and a story
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
one of the-
you can rewrite the story. I mean, not the director, but
Well,
you can
and-
get it rewrites.
If it's a Marvel movie, you're practically writing it on the day you're shooting it anyway. Because that's how they made Iron Man, and so that's a formula now. And it's like, no, that was an outlier. But whatever, we're not here to talk.
You didn't know what
necessarily
you were
about-
doing at that point.
Yeah. And also, you have like a brilliant improver in Robert Downey Jr. Like Mark Ruffalo might not be able to like whip it up, Anyway, but so we've got this new director, the previous director of the Home trilogy, which I hope we're done doing as well. Obviously, Brand New Day has not a trace of Home, but maybe we'll use New or Day.
Right. Or Day. Maybe it'll be
Day.
the Day trilogy. Yeah.
Brand New Day. One more day.
Oh,
One
yeah,
last
yeah.
day.
Yeah. Kill me.
Days past.
But the previous director of the Home trilogy, John Watts, had some like advice, so to speak, for the next director of the new franchise. This would be Cretin. And he said,
don't fuck it up?
I mean, that's
That'd be my
everyone's
advice.
That's certainly that's what Kevin Feige like says to him every morning when he gets to the office. But it's quote, I have a very practical bit of Spider-Man advice, and I think every Spider-Man director goes through it. It doesn't look good when someone's swinging on a rope. You think you're going to go in there, you're like, we're all going to do it practical. We're going to get a stuntman, we're going to do swinging around. It's boring. It looks dumb. It looks like a monkey swinging on a vine. When you put someone on a rope, don't waste your time. That's my advice. Cut to the behind-the-scenes footage that we've seen of the last 3 days of a guy in a Spider-Man suit swinging on a rope, and it looks effing incredible.
Yeah?
It looks
You
great.
think?
Is it
I
the
haven't seen
robot
it.
they're using from Disney?
It's funny. Tiffany asked me the exact same question. No, it's a dude on a rope.
You know what it is? You have to get like a lot of speed for it to look good. Spider-Man has to be fast, and most people swinging on a rope, it's not that quick.
Yeah,
And it's going to look clunky.
And realistically speaking, like you could shoot it at a particular frame rate where you could get like the speed you want, but we're seeing him like swinging around. And there's video footage and there's photographic evidence on streets in New York with explosions behind him, and it looks awesome.
Interesting.
Now
again, these
it
are
has
photos
to translate onto the screen too. Like it
Yeah.
might look good from a cell phone, but it has to look good on camera.
You said photos?
Yeah, these are photos.
That doesn't mean anything. Your mind's eye is filling in what the motion looks like. You have no
That's
idea
true.
what that.
Well, no, there's also video. There is some video of this as well. Yeah,
All right, I gotta see this video.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up for you, but
All right.
it's exciting, and I'm like, all right, but it's just funny that like, yeah, the guy who made the last Spider-Man movies is kind of like, don't
Don't
shoot
do this.
practical, and
Okay, but
but
I'm doing it and it's working.
what's interesting is also like the suit. Like the suit has not like there is a practical suit. Most recently, his black and red suit from Far From
Mhm,
Home and No Way Home. Those are more or less practical with significant CGI enhancements.
mhm,
But the suit that they have revealed that they like Sony made a big deal about, and then like a million photos were taken behind the scenes of the suit
mhm.
in action. There's a lot to unpack from it. Maybe I don't know. I guess we could talk about that. But like looking at the suit itself, there's a couple of significant changes from the previous iterations. Most notably, that it doesn't necessarily look like it's made from like a kind of nylon. It looks like it's more like a combination of cloth and whatever it is that they make these suits out of nowadays.
Uh,
Um, they gave him raised webbing like the Maguire suit had, and and it just looks like a Spider-Man suit. Like by and large, it looks like they ripped it right out of the comic book, or certainly out of a fan film.
mm.
And I'm a fan uh, of it. And people are very excited about it. People have a lot of opinions regarding this suit. Most of it being just delight and hand clapping. I do have a couple of nitpicks, of course, because I'm me. But
I
Do
uh,
mean,
you want to
that's
share?
fair.
I'll be happy to. Oh, yes, I would. But for one thing, in No Way Home, at the end, we saw that like he switches over to essentially this suit, though it is changed. It's a lot less shiny than the version we saw at the end of the movie from a few years ago. Uh,
Mhm.
the blue is a little bit more subdued. It's a little less bright than it was in that in that like 10-second sequence.
Right.
Um, but outside of that, it's more or less the same suit. And my only complaints, or even nitpicks or suggestions, for one thing, the web shooters are on the outside of the suit. Um, I don't I don't understand why we need to see those. I think they say that
Well,
it's like
how do they
unrealistic.
how do they work if they're not outside?
They
They're not normally
they
outside the
they
suit?
no, they're underneath. He has the web shooters around his wrists. He then puts the gloves over them, and there's a hole here where the spout sticks out.
But then how would he change his cartridges?
Oh.
He lifts up his gloves and he swaps out the cartridges.
I will say this definitely looks a lot clunkier than they used to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
But
yeah.
the previous ones, he definitely had like something on like as a wrist guard
Oh
before.
yes, well, because the Homecoming suit and the subsequent following suits had all these like weird additional movie style enhancements. Like he had these like black lines that like
Mhm.
established, the eye line for you as an audience viewer. Just kind of like just adding some junk that creates, you know, color differentials, lighting opportunities, and just making a difference, just making it not just the comic book thing. Because I mean, look, they did the comic book thing for 80 years. What do you want me to do? I'm V. Neil, designed the Batman logo for the first time. I'm putting a little whoo at the bottom of it. It's like I don't care how iconic the Batman logo is. It's Batman '89, baby. Change his logo a little bit.
Well, but wasn't his suit also enhanced with, like, Stark stuff? So,
Yes,
like,
yes, it was.
that's I think they probably were like, "We gotta show
We got
that
to
it's
show that this is a
enhanced."
homemade suit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
I got
so
a
this
question
one
for you.
is more clunky. Yeah.
Do you think that the guy who has the mask on the entire time is Tom Holland?
No. Some of the time it's Tom Holland, but it most certainly is not. For example, the one swinging on the rope is not Tom Holland.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
definitely not.
yeah,
uh,
no.
a majority of the time it is not Tom Holland. But I have seen him, essentially any time that you see the suit and Tom Holland's head, it's him. But like if he's wearing a mask, it's probably not him in any of these
Yeah,
behind the scenes photos.
because I'm
Mm.
looking at a lot of these and I'm like, I get what they're going for, but the suit looks different than the one he's wearing a little bit.
Yeah, well, some of them, I think that, I mean, I genuinely think that like some of these suits are like either fire resistant or like they are conducive to whatever stunt or situation we're shooting at the time. Like I'm sure there's going to be like a hero suit where it's like we're not using any CGI in this one, so it's made of a different material that catches light differently. Whereas we're doing an interior sequence, lighting's going to be different, CGI is going to be different. the material has to be different. But
Yeah, I
when
can
we
see that.
blend it, when we
Yeah.
blend it all together, it all works. Like horses don't look like horses on film. We have to tape a bunch of cats together.
Yeah, there might
Um,
also be like an outdoor suit and an indoor suit and stuff. Also,
exactly.
some of these pictures I'm looking at, the color looks way different, but that could just be lighting,
Exactly.
differences. Yeah.
Yeah.
These
But yeah.
photos are
So
not like professional photos, right? Like they're
no, they're all. I mean, like some of them, they're pretty good. Like some of these photos are
some
like
of them are,
they're
some of
they're
them are like fuzzy and crappy. It's
yeah, they're
weird.
clearly from like a telephoto lens that does not belong to production.
Yeah.
But they also knew that this was coming, which is why they like showed you a filmed version of the suit ahead of time from
Hmm.
Sony, where they were like, "This is what the suit looks like. You're going to see a lot of photos of it. Here's what it's going to look like under
Yeah,
actual professional lighting."
we're not ruining everything by dropping that.
Yeah, because we know someone else is going to ruin it anyway. So that's one complaint. It's just the web shooters on the outside. But you know what? It tells a story, like we said. Number two,
Yeah. Yeah.
I would like to see some web wings. We saw them on the Homecoming suit, and I like them a lot. That's where he has
Yeah.
the webbing from his elbow to his like
Yeah. I'm
midsection.
surprised
Yeah.
that we don't see that here. I was
Yeah,
expecting
no
it.
web wings on this suit. It's more like a '90s inspired suit or a contemporary version of the suit. He doesn't really have
If
the
they
web wings
put
anymore
it in, it's
Mm.
gonna be
in
CG.
post.
Because if you try and put it in
Yeah,
now,
it would
it's
look kind
always
of
gonna look
shitty.
floppy.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Yes, that's absolutely true. I think you know what? If they're CG and you know how to make them look good, I'm in. That's fine. Uh, and finally, of course, you can see on the front he's got a big spidery looking spider.
Hmm.
Which I guess he redesigned to homage the two other Spider-Men he met who all have very angular, pointy spiders on their logos.
Yeah,
But
instead of
on the
his little round guy.
he doesn't have a
Yep.
little short guy, and on the back, it's another big angular spider like all the other Spider-Men have had. It's not a fat little spider with stumpy legs. And I am a
Mm.
stickler for the fat stumpy spider on the back. It's fine. You know what? The Homecoming suit had the fat spider. I got to see once in a movie the fat
The fat
stumpy
spider,
spider on the back of a blue and red suit. I never thought I'd see
right?
that. I'm glad I did. I know I'm never going to again. It's my problem, not yours, but it is a nitpick if I have to have one.
Yeah, yeah. That is unfortunate. Because you're right. It is just harkening back to ones they already did. Like, do
Right.
we
We did that
need
already.
the angular spider? Like, and they moved away from it with the last one, so it's like, oh, maybe we're getting a little closer to
Yeah.
the real one. Nope, no, go
Nope.
back.
We're gonna no. We want to go full nostalgia for the
The
movies we made.
movies, yes. Although,
Uh,
having seen the last Spider-Man movie, it was clear that that's the direction they're going in. Since
yeah.
that
Been
whole
on
thing
good
was a
streaks.
nostalgia trip for the first 4 Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
5
Which it
Spider-Man
did
movies,
great. You know
goodness.
what? 5.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And you know what? People love those. So I
yeah,
guess it's fine.
yeah.
But yeah. Overall, the suit looks, for lack of a better adjective, spectacular.
Mm,
Um,
yes.
I'm a fan. So then there's the question. Oh, but my question to you, gentlemen: do you dig it? Is it okay for you? Like,
Yeah,
Are you
yeah, I
asking
like it.
if we can dig it? Because I can say, yes, we dig it.
good.
I mean, I'm gonna be 100% honest, I would never have noticed the differences if I didn't start, like, pulling up, like, "Wait, what did it look like in No
In
Way Home? Let me
Homecoming or
see."
in
And
yeah,
yeah, and, like, the various and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, okay, so here's some little I mean, it is very similar to the Homecoming suit.
yes.
It's
Well,
missing
Homecoming
the,
was a
like
throwback.
yeah, yeah, and it's, like, minus some flourishes, right? Like, it's more back
Yeah,
to basics, like, that's the main thing you can say about
yeah.
it.
Scale it down.
It's
Yeah.
almost like a cartoon Spider-Man.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it. Well, and you know what? A lot of people now are comparing it to because like the whoever's in that suit on the day. Like there's scenes of him like flying down a street on a tank trying to get in,
Mm.
but he's striking a lot of classic poses. And when I say classic, I mean Alex
Ah,
Ross poses. And
sure.
people are just drawing full blown comparisons between Alex Ross and images of this suit in, broad daylight, including Alex Ross. And I can't say I'd blame them because Alex Ross more or less was the first person to show you what Spider-Man would actually look like in real life. And
Hmm.
yes, I am including the live action Spider-Man TV movies that existed in the 70s, which were, and this is true, horrible.
Garbage.
But that was all we had to work with. And then Alex Ross like, this is what Spider-Man would actually look like, and people were like, oh! including me. So yeah, seeing those moments and seeing that like kind of, this is what Spider-Man looks like, and Alex Ross being like, right, like, yeah, you're kind of giving me it. It does look kind of like a cartoon. It does kind of look like a comic book, and isn't that kind of remarkable that like, yes, we could use CG to make a cartoon or comic book looking character in what is supposed to be a live action movie, but there's a dude in a suit and it looks just like a comic book. That's
Yeah,
kind
the
of
way the
amazing.
fabric reads is really impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah, like the way it lays, the way
very
the
well
light is
designed.
caught, and it's like almost like here's how you do it kind of thing for all these new superhero suits, where they're like, yeah, you could have little like things on them, or you could just make it of a particular material and make it look like the comic book because it's been working for almost 100 years. So you got this suit, and I think it looks pretty great, and it's a throwback, obviously, because Peter is forgotten. He's got no money. This is the status quo he's in. The rumors about what this movie has, the confirmation of what we do get and what we might get, are insane. Because you got like the suit is a more or less a promise from the studio. They're like, back to basic, street level. Even the title, Brand New Day. Peter
Mhm.
Parker, he's Spider-Man, he's forgotten, he's alone, he's in Manhattan, and he doesn't have any Avenger status anymore. We're not going to have Doctor Strange show up because, he's not in it. Tony Stark's dead, and nobody else remembers him. So what are we going to do? Well, how about he just does Spider-Man stuff in our fourth MCU Spider-Man movie? Uh, the confirmation of people who are definitely in this movie help to reinforce that concept. For example, John Bernthal's Punisher is 100% in the movie. Not only is he maybe in the movie, he's definitely in the movie.
Yes, I'm
Oh,
here
wait,
for
how do you
that.
square that circle with I guess Spider-Man has to keep him from killing people?
I don't.
I
I mean, like,
assume.
so I assume the first appearance of Punisher is a Spider-Man comic. In fact, it's Amazing Spider-Man 129, in which the Jackal convinces Punisher to kill Spider-Man. The Jackal basically convinces Frank Castle that Spider-Man is a bad guy, and
Mm,
they invent Punisher as kind of just a like one-off mercenary. Remember, he's a temple guardian for the Jackal, uh,
right.
everyone's favorite Spider-Man villain. But
I hope they
and he
don't
just
do that because I can't
I
imagine this Punisher falling for that
right?
or talking to the Jackal.
I don't know. I don't know.
It
I
would
mean,
be
if you
very
have
weird.
here, I can imagine a scenario in which J. Jonah Jameson drums up a ton of anti-Spider-Man sentiment, and John
Yeah,
Bernthal's
maybe.
Punisher just goes, "I know how to take care of this guy. I'll just shoot him with one of my many guns." That would be a really cool idea if you wanted
Hmm.
to make it a really weirdly grounded Spider-Man movie where Spider-Man and Punisher fight.
Hmm.
Especially in a universe where Daredevil was in the last one, despite the fact that he never wears a costume. But like, don't forget, I always forget that Daredevil is in the Spider-Man like franchise.
Hmm.
Will he be Daredevil in this
Like,
one?
technically.
Yeah, Matt Murdock appears, and he even Daredevils. Like he catches that brick. Uh, I don't know if he'll be Daredevil. I don't know if Charlie Cox is in this movie. Again, not confirmed. 100% confirmed. John Bernthal's Punisher is in this movie.
Yeah, it's interesting that they would confirm one and not the other. Although the Daredevil confirmation would be bigger, so I could imagine that being held back.
Well, and maybe you want to save it, like the
Yeah,
same way that they tried to save that there were two other Spider-Men in the last movie.
right.
So,
But yeah,
what's the premise of Brand New Day again? I can't remember.
The
we
comic
don't
or
know.
what the movie?
What the comic was.
Oh, the comic book. Well, Brand New Day. The premise is Spider-Man's not married anymore,
Okay, that tracks.
and he now has web shooters because we got his organic web shooters to go away thanks to a deal with Mephisto for some reason.
Right.
So
It's just the run that follows those changes, right?
yes, it's Spider-Man is now living, I guess, with Aunt May, and he is no longer a teacher because that was part of that other guy's run. So forget
Right.
that. And
Get rid of
instead,
that
he's
shit.
just trying to get a job, and
Right. It's like
it's
regressing him
hard.
back to when he was a teenager.
Right, except he's 30. So it's not pathetic or sad in any
So it
way.
makes no
But
sense. Yeah. But it
yeah,
it
but
arguably
it
works
would
a little
work.
better here. So
Yes.
Not that it matters, because there's no connection between the comics and any references they make with names or even characters in the
No, there can
movies.
be.
Especially Spider-Man.
Well, yeah, but it's like run through a blender, right? So it's like really hard
Yeah.
to predict, based on the
Yeah.
title. What
Yeah,
they
it doesn't
might.
necessarily have to be a 1-to-1, but I mean, like, so Mary Jane has forgotten who Spider-Man is,
Yes.
and that at least is something that carries over.
Yeah.
Yes, we do know that,
In
but they
fact,
weren't
everyone forgets.
married, so it's not really the same. I don't know.
No, the girl
They
that
weren't
he
married, but
dated for
they were
almost a
dating.
whole month or two forgot who he was, and now she remembers. Or maybe she
Yeah,
won't. Who knows? All we do know is that, like, 100%, Zendaya is going to be in this movie.
right. So
Which,
there's gonna be. You think they're gonna do like, why do I feel like I know Spider-Man? Like, what? Why do I feel like drawn to this? There's something that feels
yeah.
right to me. Like, are we doing that
Oh,
shit? Like, I really don't want
I
that.
don't have the stomach for that. I mean, I feel like Spider-Man Peter's going to be at like Columbia or Empire State University.
Hmm.
Zendaya will show up and he'll be like, what's going on here? And she'll be like, yeah, I transferred from MIT to this much lesser college in New York because, I don't know,
Columbia?
magic or something. Well,
Columbia's a
no,
good
no.
school.
Yeah, but it ain't
Oh,
Columbia.
if it was
It's
like Empire
Empire State
State, yeah,
University.
that would be, yeah.
Yeah. Johnny Storm went to Empire State University, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, no. But yeah, I think it's going to be that like she's going to be suddenly like Peter will have kind of tried to move on, but he'll be sad that she's gone. You know,
Mhm,
like in Spider-Man
mhm.
2 when he tries to move on, but he's sad that she's in his
Yeah,
life.
but he's sad.
Probably
And
be like seeing somebody, not like dating, but he'll
Mm.
like someone will show an interest in him.
I mean,
And
he's
he'll be like,
but
gotta be, right?
I
That's
could
the
move
whole
on.
point. He could
that's
date other people, get into crazy love triangles.
that's right. That's where
Yeah,
Speedy.
that's what I want to see Spider-Man doing.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why I like Spider-Man is for all the stupid love triangles. But that's why Stranger Things Sadie Sink is in this movie.
Oh, as
To be
Gwen
determined.
Stacy? Oh.
Well, why wouldn't it be Gwen Stacy? After all, we just hired this white, red-haired actress to play a character in Spider-Man's world. How about anybody other than Mary Jane? Because we already have a Mary Jane.
Well, that's
Except
the
she's
thing.
not Mary Jane.
It'd be confusing, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that would be
Her name's
baffling.
Mary Jane, and
That's Mary Jane MJ, and this is Michelle Jones MJ.
but
So, I mean, we had the girl that looked like Gwen Stacy in the comic books or in the
But-
movie. That's
Yeah,
not
that's
Gwen
Betty
Stacy.
Brant. I know.
Exactly.
I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
We're
what
throwing
are you
everything off.
doing?
Like,
Yeah.
here's Ned Leeds, also known as Genki, and also Peter didn't meet Ned Leeds in any scholastic environment. He was a colleague at the Daily Bugle, but moving on.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, well, he
just
didn't
come on.
meet friggin' Harry Osborn in high school either, but we were doing
No,
that
he
shit
didn't.
for how
Well,
many
we've been
years
doing
now?
that, yeah, for 25 years. But yeah, but Sadie Sink is in this movie. That's another confirmation, and so she'll be in the
Okay.
movie. And so,
All right.
and there's no way she's going to be like a friend of his who has no romantic intentions whatsoever. Like that's
No.
not
Yep.
happening.
Yep.
So okay, you know what? This is pretty grounded. Like I can imagine like a Spider-Man who's going to ESU. He's maybe flirting with the idea of going out with Sadie Sink's character, and then Zendaya shows back up, and now he's like, I don't like she doesn't remember me.
Mm-hmm.
So do I become friends with her, and then like we fall in love all over again? Like, or do I just keep her at arm's length at all times and like try to pursue this thing with Sadie Sink? Like, I don't know. But then the Punisher shows up because like J. Jonah Jameson has made him all mad. Also confirmed is Mark Ruffalo's the Hulk.
Is that just because they
Why?
gotta shove the Hulk into every movie because they can't do a Hulk movie?
Arguably, yes, but it's also here's why Robert Downey
I mean-
Jr., Benedict Cumberbatch, Samuel L. Jackson, and Mark Ruffalo are in MCU Spider-Man movies because as part of the Sony Marvel deal, Sony produces Marvel movies, right? Or rather, Marvel produces Sony movies. Marvel gets to have Spider-Man in Avengers movies. And Sony gets to have one Avenger in their movie.
Oh, like per movie
Which
they
is-
get one.
Per movie, they get one Avenger. So for each Sony
They are gonna
made
use him,
Spider-Man
God
movie,
damn it!
and
Whether
they're
it makes
gonna
any
do it.
sense or not.
That's 100% accurate. So we've and what? How many living Avengers are left? You know, we're not
Right.
going to go with Hawkeye.
Why not
I'm gonna get
Hawkeye? That'd be
Hulk.
fun. You got Punisher, Hawkeye. You get some street level guys in there.
Well,
Too
especially
street level.
because
You already
because
have Punisher. Punisher is street level enough.
I know.
well,
Just
especially
go all in.
because the Hawkeye show takes place during No Way Home, and it's in New York. But never
But
mind
they're like,
that.
no. He's lame. Hulk. People like
Hulk, though.
Hulk. Like,
People
yeah, but
like
like,
Hulk.
what's he gonna do though? Like, is Peter gonna
Yes.
fight him? Like, I don't
What's he going
understand.
to do? And so here's where the speculation comes in, because what is Peter going to do with the Hulk? Like, what is Bruce Banner going to work at ESU? He's gonna be like,
Oh,
oh, Dr.
maybe
Banner,
he'll
I
be
thought
a
you were an Avenger. And
professor.
he's like, no, now I teach chemistry for it. Like, no.
It could work.
Here's the rumor.
And then he
Is
shows
that
up and
another
helps
villain?
fight. Okay.
Well, there's another villain in the movie,
Another
and
villain.
we don't
Who's
have a
the
cat.
first
We don't have a
villain?
cat. The first villain probably is Punisher. I don't think Spider-Man and Punisher are gonna be
Oh.
blowing people away, but the rumor is that Mr. Negative will be in the
Okay.
movie.
Okay.
Mr. Negative, of course, having the power to convert people into their evil sides. What if Mr. Negative grabs hold of the Hulk and turns him gray?
Oh.
We got a red Hulk. Why not a gray Hulk?
Why not
Why
a
not a
gray
gray
Hulk,
Hulk?
who's gray in a different way than Gray Hulk was gray, but
Well, they never did a Gray Hulk yet in the MCU.
I know,
so
yeah.
now we
So
can
this is
do a
how we
Gray
get
Hulk.
Gray Hulk, but he's Mr. Negative Gray Hulk, not the real Gray Hulk, but that's fine.
Right. Well, because the
He is
rumor right
gray-
now,
he will be gray though.
well, we don't know. We don't know what color the Hulk will be. All we
Right.
do
I mean,
know
if that
is
happens, if he gets
all we,
grayified by
yeah,
Mr.
all
Negative.
we know for sure is Mark Ruffalo's Hulk will be in the movie. We don't even know if Mr. Negative is going to be in the movie because it's not 100% confirmed.
Right, it's just speculation. Okay. Which we are now
Right?
contributing to by filming this.
Which we are contributing to. Similarly, there is a rumor, I think it's confirmed, that the actor who played Mac Gargan from Homecoming is also returning.
Oh, I would like that. I
Okay.
wanted to see Scorpion, like
He's
a
from
good
he-
Scorpion.
Yeah, he's from Breaking Bad. He was great in that, and he would be the Scorpion. So, like, slow down here, because we have a grounded Spider-Man movie which has Zendaya returning. I believe Babylon / Ned Leeds is returning. We got Sadie Sink, so we got this love triangle / friend returning in this movie. So that's a pretty big portion of a Spider-Man story, is just the love angle. Punisher, that could be a whole movie unto itself, but Punisher's here. Also the Hulk, excuse me, stop, but also Mr. Negative. That's kind of complicated. And Scorpion will be in the movie as well. And now there's rampant speculation that like Tombstone's going to be in it, and like a number of other street level Spider-Man bad guys, like Hammerhead, will show up, because the rumor is that there will be a gang war. There's just a tried and true Spider-Man story arc where
oh, that makes sense. Well,
where
that's how
there'll
they'd
be-
get Punisher in there. Maybe he runs across Punisher, and Punisher's like trying to deal with the gang war, and
gang
Peter's like,
war.
"What are you doing? You're just murdering people. You can't do that."
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's what I
And
assume.
what if-
Like I don't think of Punisher as the villain. I think of him as
No.
like an obstacle that Peter has to deal with
Absolutely.
on the way to solving the problem.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, it suddenly starts to make sense and write itself if you're watching this fun Spider-Man movie where it's a gang war. Pete's trying to go to school, and meanwhile, New York is being torn up by superpowered gangsters. You know, one group has Scorpion as the enforcer, and yet Mr. Negative is making major play and success, inroads throughout the gang war. How is he doing this? There's rumors he has this big, strong enforcer. Turns out it's the Hulk, and Hulk is Mr. Fix-It. He's like transformed by Mr. Negative, and now the Hulk is a mob enforcer.
Yeah.
Could we get
okay.
Kingpin in somehow?
Now, here's the problem with the Kingpin, because Kingpin needs to be in these movies. I mean, like a Spider-Man movie in which Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin in a Spider-Man movie just writes itself. Just watching Spider-Man and Daredevil take down the Kingpin is a 120-minute movie that I desperately have wanted to see since Vincent D'Onofrio was cast in the Daredevil show. According to Vincent D'Onofrio, as this is from Slash Film in 2025, April of 2025, Vincent D'Onofrio said, "The only thing I know is not positive. It's a very hard thing to do for Marvel to use my character because of ownership and stuff. Right now, I'm only usable for television shows. Different kind of series, whatever it is, but not even a one-off Fisk movie. We can't make movies. It's all caught up in rights. I don't know when that would actually work out or if it would ever work out." So Kingpin can show up in Hawkeye, Daredevil, Ms. Marvel, but he can't be in an Avengers movie or a Spider-Man movie.
But Daredevil and Punisher can.
Right. And that's where it's complicated. If Punisher and Daredevil, both of whom are only from shows, can be in a Spider-Man movie, which they both have or will be, then it shouldn't be very hard for Kingpin to follow suit, especially because Kingpin is mayor of New York in the Daredevil show. It'd be hard to avoid that. Also, this is also speculation, but like in the Daredevil show, the most recent, the first season of Born Again, when Daredevil is talking about getting the gang together to like take down Kingpin, they play the MCU Spider-Man theme. So, are they suggesting that Spider-Man will show up in season 2 of Daredevil Born Again? Probably not. But they might be more suggesting that Daredevil will show up in a Spider-Man movie to deal with this problem.
Yeah, I can imagine what it's gonna be. Is there might be like an oblique reference to Spider-Man in season 2, and that's it. He's not gonna show up.
You can even reference Mayor Fisk in the Spider-Man movie, but you don't have to show.
Well,
Vincent
what's interesting is season 2 of Born Again is before this movie comes out. Yeah.
Yes.
So they whatever, like we don't know where that ends up, so we don't know how it could even possibly interact with the Spider-Man movie, because is Fisk still gonna be the mayor at the end of season 2? I assume not.
Probably not. Yeah, no.
So it'll be some new
be
status quo for Fisk. He might be in jail, like that, and that might be what he's alluding to, is like it's hard to do it because like he can't come on my show. They're not going to make a movie about me, and my character was defeated. Like, there's just no good way for it to happen based on just what they did.
It could be that like the kind of trilogy of what Daredevil's up to in the technical MCU is Daredevil Born Again season 1, 2, and Spider-Man 4, where like whatever happens at the end of Daredevil Born Again season 2 will dovetail into Spider-Man 4. Which, of course, will be very relevant and matter when the whole universe is blown up by Doctor Doom and put back together again in Secret Wars. Because Doomsday is the next movie. Because it's going to be Spider-Man and then Doomsday. And it's like, oh.
I mean, it matters as much as the people involved want it to matter, right? Like, they'll preserve what they want and to get rid of what they don't want. And anything that's, like, connected to Sony, I feel like is in danger of being just thrown away, right? Like all the connections between Spider-Man and the MCU, I'm just like, well, don't get attached to any of it.
Don't get too attached to those.
Yeah, look at what happened with like Loki and Kang.
Yeah, well, that had nothing to do with another studio. That was just them screwing up.
Yeah,
no, I know.
That also always happen.
They did that all on their own.
Yeah, yeah, that wasn't even involving another studio. So yeah. I guess the lesson is don't get attached to any storyline, plot line, or character.
Yes. Well, I'm looking at you, Eternals.
Oh,
don't forget at the end of Eternals that Star Fox and Pip the Troll showed up, and they took a couple of Eternals and went into space. We'll never see them again. Or remember when Doctor Strange and Clea tore a hole in the reality and jumped through it? We never saw them again.
I mean,
I was gonna say I'm needed on my home planet.
Yeah, Eternals is
tragic.
It is.
I want to watch that movie again. Talking about that makes me want to go watch that movie again.
It's great. Eternals is a great movie. It's gorgeous looking. It's well directed. The acting is fantastic, and the story is cool. Like it's the Eternals is a more boring franchise than the Inhumans, and yet it's still leaps and bounds ahead of any Ant-Man movie. I don't know like how to help you people. Like it was a fun, good looking movie. Like Chloe Zhao, I believe, directed that movie. Why isn't she making the Avengers movie?
Right?
Because she put the Justice League in her Eternals movie. Like we got a speedster, a fast flying strong guy, like a Batman. We got the whole Justice League doing things in that movie, and that movie features no favorite character in any way.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks amazing because they did a lot. Like the CG was really smartly done. We're not here to talk about Eternals, except for the
No,
fact that
no.
it was a devastating blow. Not just because
It was impressive filmmaking wise.
it's great. It's great
Yeah.
looking, and yeah. But what's more tragic is, of course, that like it wasn't just that like it didn't work out. Something that I could have told you. The
Yeah,
second they announced
it was
when they were
definitely
like, "We're doing Eternals," I was like, "Just do Spider-Man and just do another Spider-Man movie."
Mhm.
Uh, Apparently they thought it was going to be a huge success, and I was like, "Why would you think that?"
Do you think
Look at
that
all the
was
people we put in there.
do you think it was a play for the international market where they're like, it's gonna do gangbusters overseas, and that's because of
Maybe.
all the characters from all over the world, the global setting of it, and that was the idea, because like at that time, like global, the global market, that was the international market was where, you know,
Yeah.
more of your money was getting made at that time. So it's like, oh, maybe we should just play right for that. And it just like, unfortunately, I don't know, it's ahead of its time in that respect, or
I
overplayed
don't
its
know.
hand in that
No, I
respect.
think it placated at that point.
How so?
So like you're just putting the characters in there and making them who they are. I mean, they were who they were, but like I feel like too much of the storyline was just about the history of the world and like how they came to be.
Yeah, the problem is
Yeah,
you're introducing like what, like 6 characters?
at least 6 characters, their
Hard.
mythology,
It's hard to
and like
introduce
their
all 6
history.
at
Yeah,
once, yeah, without doing that,
yeah,
even if you cover like the bare minimum of their history, you'd have to do it so many times. It's like half the movie's about that. So
yeah.
that
Yeah,
that,
here's
that
this person's tragic background and that person. Oh, and now we
yeah.
have this as well.
It's like
And
doing
you're
an
like,
Avengers movie first, right? Like don't do that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or a
But if
Justice League
you
movie
didn't
after
know
you've only
anyone,
introduced 2 of the characters. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But if you didn't recognize any of the characters, and you never
Right.
will.
Yeah. And you've never heard
Well,
of
no, but
them
it's Angelina
even in
Jolie.
passing.
Yeah, like like even if you're the most casual of fans, you're not a fan at all. You're just a casual observer of this concept. You're like, Captain America? Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
I have
aware
a
of Captain
general
America.
idea of what that is, yeah.
Yeah, I know what a
yeah,
Thor
I get it.
is.
Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, The Flash, maybe even Green Lantern I might have heard about.
Yep. But
Zero name recognition or character recognition for any of the Eternals,
Eternal.
period.
Yeah, no. What are you talking about? You don't remember Icarus? Or I'm sorry, Icarus or Athena or Ajax or
Yeah,
Circe
from
or Shingo?
mythology?
No. These are original characters like Makari. You gotta know Druid, right?
oh yes, of course.
Can't say as I do. I mean, we
Fucking crazy.
covered
Well,
the Eternals on back issues, and I barely remembered any of those characters
yeah.
for the movie.
Well, wait. We also put the Black Knight in there, starring
Oh,
Kit Harington.
yeah.
So how about
Yeah.
him?
Beloved
You know Game of Thrones.
character, yeah.
Yeah, everyone loves Dane Whitman, the Black Knight.
Yeah. Hand him
And
the
also,
ebon blade. What?
yeah, and off screen, Blade talks to him. Because Mahershala Ali was going to be Blade 10 years ago. But yeah. Oh, by the way, I should point out that Eternals did make $400 million at the box office, which is technically higher than Fantastic Four right now. So
Again, international
Yeah.
theater.
It
yeah, now that
won't
being said,
it
that
won't
was
be.
that was where it terminated at 400.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four is still out in theaters.
Yeah. I think Fantastic Four hit like 450, something like that.
Right
Maybe
now it's
5.
It's a
Yeah,
300.
it's a
Hopefully it'll-
378 right now.
Yeah, so hopefully it'll hit 5. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But the days of $1 billion Marvel movie are long over.
Yeah.
Despite
I
no
mean,
matter
like you
Unless
said,
it's
it's the
called
Spider-Man movie.
Avengers.
what
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Yeah. I don't think Doomsday is going to make $1 billion.
Not if the movies before it haven't done better than they have, yeah, no. Yeah, no. No.
Like
You
that's
need to
it.
hit 700 with a prior movie if you want to hit $1 billion with an
Yeah.
Avengers movie.
And none of them have. Not
Yeah.
even the DC new movies have made $700 million. I mean,
Yeah.
Batman did, but that's Batman.
Do you think
Yeah.
there's a problem with like releasing all of this new Marvel stuff because they have Disney Plus and people are just like, I mean, like, yeah, it'll be nice to see it in the theater, but I don't have to. I can just wait for it to come out on the streaming. I'm paying for that anyway.
I don't think that people are like that stream waiting is hurting the box office sales, but I do blame Disney Plus for why Marvel is where it is. Like I think that Marvel, like okay, in a perfect world, Disney would never have made Disney Plus. Like that's just right off
Mm-hmm.
the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Invent Disney Plus, and instead they have a contract with Netflix, right? And they made their Defenders shows, which are technically in the MCU,
Mm-hmm.
even though they weren't. Either they were the redheaded stepchild of the MCU, but they still technically were in it. But they were Netflix properties, and also they had a whole thing where it was like Netflix owns these characters, so we can't use them in our movies and stuff like that, which is also why we had to keep them at arm's length. But like in a perfect world, Disney didn't get so greedy that they were like, we're going to spend trillions of dollars to make our own Netflix competing service, and then we're going to have to generate content for that service because coincidentally, while that was happening, also a global pandemic came about. But the thing that worked for Disney Plus / Marvel original programming was Loki and WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lovely and fantastic palate cleanser and balm for an otherwise tense and terrible situation for the world, and especially for pop culture junkies.
Mm-hmm.
If Disney never decided to make a streaming service and instead just said, like, we're going to produce a Marvel Cinematic Universe show called WandaVision, and we're going to put it out on Netflix, and it'll be available for everybody in the whole world right now because everyone's locked inside.
Mm-hmm.
That'll keep people abated until we can get back to work to make movies. And then after WandaVision and Loki came out, which everyone watched and would watch, they were like, all right, next up, Captain America 4, which will be the Falcon Winter Soldier show, but instead it's Captain America 4, which is a transition Captain America movie. But the shows and the insistence on them and the amount of money that was spent on the streaming service, plus the content for said streaming service, and the conditioning that the MCU had made on the general public, that being, you gotta watch the movies to get the references, which originally was take all your friends and go to an event and check out a movie that cost $200 million and have a great time. And then you saw all of them maybe twice a year, but more realistically, once every year. You watch one of our movies so that when you see our tentpole movie, you get the references. That's not a big ask.
No.
And yet it was still a big ask for many people who were like, I gotta watch all these movies. One of our co-hosts, Jason, I gotta watch how many Guardians of the Galaxies? I'm thinking 0 Guardians of the Galaxies.
Yeah. It feels daunting to people who haven't gotten on board.
Especially if they get on board later in life where they're like, oh no, how many did I miss? You know, and when does this movie come out? In a month? How many movies I gotta watch? You don't have to watch any of them, jackass. They're movies. Like, this isn't a homework assignment.
But I don't want to I don't want to be confused.
Then don't go. The rest of us will go. You can catch it on Netflix.
I won't go. And
Good.
it'll only make 400 million instead of 700.
Yeah, but you're
everyone
back
who's like me says that. Well, that's what I'm saying. Now that you've increased dramatically the number of people who are of that mindset of like,
yes,
that sounds like a lot.
Well, and because of the problem is with the advent of all of those shows, it added to the workload. So instead of it being, oh no, you got to watch, like, because realistically, I remember people being like, it's one movie a year. Just come with me next week and we'll go watch it. To, well, you didn't watch Ms. Marvel, you didn't watch Loki, you didn't watch Falcon Winter Soldier, you didn't watch the WandaVision, you didn't watch any of these other shows, Ironheart, you didn't watch any of these shows that they generated. All cost the equivalent of a major blockbuster movie twice over, but also have about as much content as half of one. Why wouldn't you do that? Like, no, I'm not going to do that. Hell, I'm not going to watch the shows, much less the movie that's tailored to the show.
Yeah.
And Feige has admitted as much. He's basically been like,
well, that's the thing. He's said that, so that's.
But that's the trouble with like compounding interest.
Yeah. Yeah, like, but don't do that. So, like, in a perfect world, Marvel would probably still be making. They wouldn't be making $1 billion.
Sorry, am I on a huge delay?
Yeah, there's a huge delay right now.
Oh,
it's.
Oh no.
Yeah, I keep hearing people stop in the middle of sentences and stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
it was like a little bit before, but it's.
Yeah.
I think I'm having connectivity issues.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait,
give
here,
it a second to.
I'm gonna say something, and then you can repeat it, and we'll see how long the delay is.
How
Burger
long it
King.
takes? Okay.
Burger King.
That's not bad.
Okay. All right. I think we're good now. I think we're good.
We're back.
It keeps resyncing. There was a good like 15 seconds where I lost whatever conversation.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. I wasn't
Alright.
saying anything important. 104. But yeah, I think that
Nope,
if
it's
they
gone
had
now.
never gone all in on Disney Plus and made shows, I think every like 2 out of 3 Marvel movies would have made $1 billion. Like I think it would still be okay.
It's so hard to tell
Yeah,
because the pandemic really effed up
changed everything.
everything. Like,
Yes.
it got everyone out of their habits, and it made it so that you feel like there's this gap
Yes.
where, like, I don't know, I'm disconnected from it. I just and like, I have more
Well, I don't
apprehension
need it
about even
anymore.
going to the movies. Yeah, so,
Yeah.
like, it
Yeah.
became
Like, they're
harder
not
to.
coming up with anything new, so I'm gonna find new hobbies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
plus
Like
you ended your storyline, right? Like, right around that time. So it's just like a whole lot of things like came together that made it just like really like so many people got off the train and
yes.
they don't see the reason to like get back on, which
Right.
I understand.
And arguably they never gave you a good reason. Like they
Yeah,
never the train never stopped at the tracks. It only kind of
right.
slowed down.
Yes. And they diluted the property like at the same time, and they
Yes.
diluted their attention and their talent across all these shows. So that also happened. So it's hard to tell how much any one of these factors contributes because like they all played a part. So I
Yep.
don't know what to blame. It's like all of it.
Yeah. I tend to blame the greed. For
Well,
me, it's always the
it's
greed is
so
always the worst.
it was such a misstep that it's like, well, even if it isn't that big a component of the problem, you still shouldn't have done it.
Yes.
And it might be the entire problem, so you definitely shouldn't have done it. Like,
Yes.
it wasn't a
Yeah,
good
but
idea.
every time I'm not making something, I'm losing money. So I have to make something because I'm a
Well, here's
studio.
if I don't create a streaming service, that's it for me.
Yeah.
Only at a certain point, it'll just be Netflix. All the other studios will go out of business, and we'll just have Netflix. Like,
Like
it could either be me, it running the only streaming service, or it could be somebody else. So I gotta
Yeah.
try.
I
right.
can
That
either sell
mentality
my
is just
licenses to a different company or I can have my own streaming service and just make
right.
passive income. I don't have to put anything new yet. I can
That
just rely and rest on my laurels for a while.
that's the thing that like drives me nuts is like you could be making so much more money if you weren't like spending trillions of dollars to create a competing service that no one asked for and just licensing the thing you already have. Like you could be celebrated, lauded by your audience if all you did was produce a high quality show every year and it
No,
came out on the thing they already have.
no. I will own it. I will own
I
everything. I
produce
will own
10 shows a
distribution.
year. I'm
I will own
Disney.
production. I
Yeah,
will own it all.
right.
If I don't, Netflix will destroy us. There won't
They
be
ba-
anything left if we don't
but
fight them.
but they only started becoming profitable like 3 years ago. Like, don't you understand?
Okay, you know what I blame for this? I'm going to take it even far. Like, from a business perspective, Amazon. Because
Yeah.
Amazon did that, right? Amazon didn't turn a profit famously for like 10 years, 15 years, or whatever the hell it was. And what they started as? They started as like books.
Yep.
But then now, cut to now, and Walmart is like on the verge of going out of business because they didn't do what Amazon did. We don't
Yeah.
want to be Walmart to Netflix. Yeah, maybe Netflix isn't making money now, but they are the Amazon of like content delivery. So if we don't beat them now, they will become like Amazon later, and we will be struggling to even exist. That is, I'm not saying that's right. I'm saying like that is like the business
That's the
case
mentality.
and the
Yeah.
mentality and the fear, I think, that drove that decision from Disney. That
Yeah.
It's like
said,
chasing McDonald's.
yes, right. Yeah, let's like, but like, you were never going to beat McDonald's unless, but what if you had started before McDonald's became McDonald's, right? Like, we have a window of opportunity before Netflix is unbeatable. Like, I think that's how
Yeah.
they saw it. And so,
Yeah.
regardless of how like half baked it was just like, it's now or never, right? If we're ever going
Right.
to beat them at this, it's
Yeah.
just like, but you have theme
We can at
parks
least
and stuff,
compete. We can
Disney.
be Burger King.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right,
Right.
right.
But it's like, and honestly, I almost understand out of all of the streaming services, I kind of understand why Disney would be the ones to do that. And it's like, and it would have worked more flawlessly if you didn't do it at the beginning of a global pandemic when
Mhm.
your bi-coastal theme parks had to close.
Mhm.
hilariously that really hurt your bottom line, and you've
Yeah.
kind of barely recovered.
It hurts our
But,
bottom
like,
line, but it's the perfect time for us to have to be able to put out content without having to worry about everything else. I could just say like, all right, the parks are closed. I'm not worried about maintaining. People can't come, but they can still get their Disney fixed. It's like an addict.
yeah, but you're not
Yeah.
making enough money to pay for the thing that you're actually
Well, yeah,
distributing your
the problem
content
was
on.
if they'd started Disney Plus like 5 years earlier, that would have worked, right? The problem was they were still
Yes.
investing in Disney Plus. At the time, they needed to depend on Disney Plus for revenue, but it was actually
Yes.
just costing them money because they hadn't turned the corner yet
Yeah.
from they were still
Yeah,
in the
but they
red from the
assumed that they
upfront
could put it
costs.
out like immediately. They just
Yeah.
figured they'd be like, oh,
Oh
I'll just
yeah,
make it and it'll be
Yeah.
out. It's fine. What,
But,
like a
like,
month? I'd give it
yeah.
a month.
I get why Disney did that. I don't get why HBO Max or Paramount Plus
Paramount
or
Plus
any
is
of
the
these
most
other.
egregious one. Paramount Plus, I'm just like, what do you do? Oh well,
How
no, I'm
dare
sorry,
you?
Peacock. Peacock is the
Peacock.
most egregious one. Yeah,
Peacock, how dare you? Like,
Yeah.
like we're gonna pull The Office and we're gonna make a streaming service that is basically just how you can watch The Office now. Like, ugh.
yes.
You know,
Yep.
like, how can you possibly think that we would ever invest in that? And now here we are. We're like, everyone's paying $20 a month for like 12 different channels distribution model.
Yeah. It's and they're all suffering. Great. Now you
Yeah.
all go down.
Yeah. And
That's okay.
also
I'll make a new one too.
yeah.
That's the
I mean,
solution, is that they just keep coming out with new streaming
Yeah.
services.
it's actually kind of funny because, okay, so Netflix was the dark horse that came out of nowhere. Netflix was not like secretly the son of the CEO of NBC. It wasn't like the CEO
Right.
of Netflix actually used to work for Paramount. Netflix just comes out of nowhere and they start eating eating lunch. And all the major networks are thinking that that was their lunch in the first place, or that because he's having lunch, that must also be entitled to them. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, no, they're not eating your lunch. That was never your lunch to be eaten.
Well, you know what it's like? You know why they thought they should do this?
Yeah.
I literally just had this thought for the first time now because I'm like, wasn't that just what HBO did? Right? They didn't freak out, but Disney did make the Disney Channel,
Yes, they
right?
did.
So like they're probably like, well, this is the Disney Channel, right? Like a channel's gonna come
Yeah.
out that's gonna like get the rights to show movies, and they're gonna get movies from all these different studios. That's fucked up. Like we gotta have
Yeah.
our own channel. We gotta have our own
Yeah.
TV channel. Well, Netflix is now doing the same thing as HBO did with TV, with cable TV. Well, we gotta
Yeah.
have our own that, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And
Oh,
everybody's
I'm
like
just not
that.
putting things out for others anymore. I'm making my own stuff.
Right.
Netflix is now a studio.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Netflix was like, and that's why I'm like, I argue Netflix is like, just like, well, why it was so hard for them to start like making their own content. They're like, but we didn't get into this to make our own content. We're just, you know,
Yeah, well, you're
we're a
gonna have to
delivery-
because you're not gonna show our content for that's for damn sure.
Exactly. Like they're like, but we're a delivery system. We don't actually make anything.
Yeah. Why don't you just why don't we just pay you a fair rate and show your content? I don't
Yeah.
understand.
No. But here's the thing that blows my
Well,
mind.
we
is, like,
want to pay you a fair rate, but we also like don't want to pay you a lot.
Well,
And,
that's
like,
not like what is a lot?
We're always
right?
going to try
What is a
and
lot, though?
negotiate down.
Yeah.
But like, here's the worst of it, right? You can bundle Disney and HBO Max
Hmm.
together.
Mhm.
Two direct competitors working together to bundle their superfluous service that shouldn't exist. I believe that the future may involve all of the studios that made their superfluous service making their one service just to compete with, just to destroy Netflix.
Yeah, well, just to be like,
Because
well, we're
Netflix
the
wasn't-
movie. They don't
Because
make
Netflix, well, you're not
movies.
you're not an islander. You'll never understand what it's
Right.
like to be us. You know,
Right. At the end of the day, we
Well, when
Disney
do
have
I
more
get
in
to be a
common with
Netflix? Oh,
Paramount.
you'll
you
never be a
never,
Netflix.
you'll never be. Well, you'll never be a studio maker. Okay,
Yeah.
yes, you own a studio in like in Central Jersey. Okay, but that's not like they're not in Hollywood.
It's not
right?
real. Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
real.
It's not you weren't invented in like the 40s or whatever. You know, like you haven't been around. So
Yeah,
you don't
young blonde starlets didn't die for you to have a career. Okay.
Yeah. Who do you think you are? AMC making everything in Georgia? And by
Yeah.
everything, I mean just The Walking Dead.
Right. Well, no, everything's
Lots
made
of people
in
make stuff
Georgia.
in Georgia now. Yeah.
Disney makes movies in Georgia.
Yeah, that worked. Whatever Georgia did, I assume massive tax breaks.
Just
Massive
tax breaks. And
It's
that's
the same
why
reason
Jersey's
why-
doing it now.
Yeah, yeah.
Canada.
It's the same.
100%. Yep.
Yeah, that's why they're making Friday the 13th around the corner. They were like, "Are you kidding me? This is amazing." I'm not
Yeah, we
stuck
got
in
the Park
traffic.
Forum. We got Friday the 13th. We're moving up in the world.
That's
Well,
right. Yeah,
Netflix has built a studio here, right? So they're doing
yeah,
shit.
yeah. Then
Yeah.
in Monmouth at the
Yep.
old armory. That's right.
Yep. It'll be a mecca of new
Of production.
video content production, maybe.
It's supposed to be. Let's see what
Right.
actually happened.
Yeah, I can't wait for all of us to be homeless watching this new content on our phones. We're all just gonna be sitting in the streets surrounded by burlap sacks, just watching the brand new like reboot of TJ Hooker. Hey, everybody, that was No Comic Required. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with us. And of course, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out everything else we have here on ComicPop Returns and over on a sister channel, youtube.com/ComicPop. Let us know in your opinion in the comments down below. What's your favorite Spider-Man on-screen costume? Is it Toby? Is it The Amazing Spider-Man 2, like everyone always says? Is it this new one? I saw somebody on Twitter was like, I don't care. I'm putting my flag down right now. This is the best on-screen Spider-Man suit, and I've never seen it on screen yet. So,
people say Amazing Spider-Man 2?
yes. Well, because the first one was
Yeah, that
such a
webbing on the
departure.
outside.
The webbing, they had the raised webbing, but I also had the
I gotta look it up.
eyes, big eyes that were white. They
Okay.
nailed it, and it looks great in CG. Like that was the other thing. Like,
Yeah,
they
good
did this
anime
nice
eyes.
thing. Yeah, good Spider-Man eyes. It really worked for me. I was like, this is it. They nailed it. And Sony did a similar thing where, like, when they announced it, they showed you like the eyes. Like they took a photo of the mask, and I was like, oh, they did the eyes correctly. Oh.
Smart.
This is how desperately we were hungry back then. By the way, we were like, oh my god, they made Spider-Man's mask look accurate. Thank you. Like, what's the story about? Who cares?
I'm here for the mask and nothing else.
Yeah.
What's so funny is I've never noticed the suits in any of these movies. Like it's such a big thing for you, and
It's
I like
so
could not
important,
fucking
and
care less.
yeah, to a subset of people, it is the most important thing possible in the whole world. And you're like, I didn't even look.
I don't know. They all. I guess I kind of like them all.
What? How is that possible? Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you guys next time. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
and Ben is on a delay.
And I'm
What was
delayed.
that? Ah, damn it.
It was only like a bump, Ben.
Yeah.
Just a,
It's like noticeable but not egregious.
no, exactly. Like you can get away with it in a conversation, but not necessarily in like a closer for an episode.
Well, you could just cut out the gap.
Yeah. What a
Just edit
pain.
it out.
This makes a lot more sense as to why, like, I'm saying some things, and every once in a while there's just silence where you guys go, "Oh yeah."
Yeah. And you're like, oh, they did not like that.
Okay, jeez.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tough crowd.
Oh, fuck me. Okay.
Cutting it here.